Hello, welcome everyone. This is a toroidal field activation. It's an ascension update from Archangel Michael. We're going to talk about how we can align our magnetic field in a way that will allow us to step fully into the 5D when it is activated. And the 5D is the multidimensional space where we can act more easily as architects for the new earth. So if you're not familiar with the 5D ascension process and why that's so important, please feel free to drop a comment and maybe I'll make a video on that. All right, welcome. We're going to just remind you to stay until the end because I offer with all of these a little practice to help you integrate the material. So at the end of the video, there will be a little meditation. And so these fields, they're for transcendence, rejuvenation, and receiving higher wisdom. This is to support Earth and humanity going through this transition. Today, we're speaking about a toroidal field or a torus. And this is a magnetic field that's generated by the body. These fields have been measured by science, so they're well known. And they influence how we interact with each other and how we interact with Earth and nature. These fields are generated in the heart area, the third eye area, or the brain, and there's one around the physical body. Each one of those points has an energy field that can be activated to act as the toroidal field. And the torus or toroidal field is a donut-shaped geometry that's describing how the flow of energy is going within living systems. So this is notable due to the fact that it creates a self-sustaining energy loop, which means infinite energy, essentially. So these fields are present in ourselves, but also they're in atoms, galaxies, and most life forms. So they connect us with the infinite energy available in the archangel realms. These magnetic fields can virtually affect every part of our biological system. And to kind of empower these fields or strengthen them, positive emotions and coherence is how we align these fields so they can expand. So negative or lower states of thoughts, of minds, and feelings can actually distort the field, which this has been proven by science also. So as we activate and strengthen these fields and with coherence, we will begin to energize our crystalline body, which I speak about in this video. And this will contribute to our ability to access and ultimately fully transition into our 5D nature. So when this occurs, the 3D conflicts can no longer impact our field and our reality. So that's beautiful. We're still accountable, of course, for our own inner work to create coherence. However, when we step out of the collective mire, holding humanity in constriction, we will be like once our body is physically upgraded to the crystalline body, we can just step out basically into this 5D awareness. And the physical body itself will actually become 5D and not susceptible to dark 4D interference. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. Definitely is a big topic for light workers right now. And as Archangel Michael said in this video that I'll bookmark here, this crystalline body activation could take many years. So this ascension process is over time. So we'll have to be super patient. And while we may have like these multidimensional awareness experiences, we will still have to hold incredibly strong as the dark interference is increasing in intensity as that kind of loses its grip. So this message, it acts as activation of these toroidal fields. However, the coherence between these fields, which is the next step, is an ongoing process of connecting with your spiritual work. So creating powerful intentions, harmonizing with the earth, being aware of your thought processes and emotions, balancing that subconscious and conscious field. This will help to then put you on the new earth timeline completely. So the coherent emotions are what will align these fields. Things such as love, gratitude, peace, things that feel good and expansive rather than constrictive, fear-based beliefs and emotions. And so here we're going to do a quick practice together, which I actually strongly suggest doing this in nature as well, at least once, if not regularly. Barefoot is ideal. So coherent toroidal fields amplify the fields collectively. So when we're around other coherent fields, such as being engaged with the earth or other coherent people, that actually all those fields will then become stronger. So this really has effect on our personal lives, but also it can affect the collective. And like I said, this is the fields that will energize the crystalline body, but also it will support Gaia, leading to greater increased spiritual understanding, vitality, and soul-led creativity, and helping to heal our planet and bring balance there. And this is connecting those fields in coherence so that they can magnify, and they'll actually, once we anchor into the earth, they'll actually begin to start spinning pretty fast. Again, by coming into our space, calming the mind, taking a deep inhale through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And we're going to bring our awareness to the heart center, the space of one of the most powerful toroidal fields. And we'll begin to breathe in as if we're breathing in through the heart. And then exhale. And we're going to do this about 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Let's just do this for 1 minute. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Now go ahead and put on some 432 music to go ahead and kind of help with this heart frequency. Now, once we're anchored into the heart center, activate a positive emotional memory or feeling. Something like appreciation, gratitude, love, anything that's going to kind of bring you into that warm heart space. It's feeling expansive. Be appreciation for someone, anything that creates tranquility. And we'll be here for just another minute, embracing this feeling of caring and gratitude. field, very anchored into that more blissful space. This is creating the coherence. And now we're going to bring our attention to the third eye point. And here we're going to begin to visualize this toroidal field as I've shown in this image here. Kind of anchor into this visual at your third eye. So we're really visualizing ourselves as the architect of our lives in this toroidal field from our third eye, kind of anchoring out, anchoring into the heart, and then anchoring throughout the whole body. So let's just spend a minute in the third eye. Hopefully now you're really feeling that energy field beginning to expand throughout your whole body. And now we're going to anchor into Earth. And here we begin to visualize ourselves as the Celtic tree of life. Here's an image here. And we are the branches. And the Mother Earth is the roots. She's going to be our roots, Gaia. And so these roots are just expanding out, so we're connected and rooted deeply down. And the roots then kind of spiral this energy field up towards our crown, and our crown comes back to reach it, so a full circle. And this is going to strengthen, like I said, our field and her field. So just spend a minute here, just with this Celtic tree of life. Anchoring. Connecting. Now we have 4 coherent fields. Now that we have these 4 fields activated, we can step into our multidimensional awareness. Sure, we're staying in that gratitude and peace with Gaia and allowing it to fully envelop you. And regularly doing this illumination and remaining in this heart coherence will elevate your consciousness, and then energizing that crystalline body, like I said, which is going to be our ascension pathway. So now you know some amazing Archangel science about infinite energy and stepping into the 5D dimension. And this is a progress that Archangel Michael has been presenting for us to help support us during the next years. So I hope to see you next week on our next Archangel Michael transmission, and have a lovely day. Be illuminated.